What's that? There will be a huge earthquake in California. I consider you perfect the way you are and absolutely out of this world. No, thank you. You think you're weird. Are you going to the parade in Houston? I don't know. I won't be in Houston until, like, January. Does your boyfriend pay for everything? Well, there's nothing to pay for right now because we're not, like, together. Well, we're together, but we're not, like, together. I'm at my mom's right now. I was living out of the country for, like, the last year and a half. Bouncing around out of the country, doing my thing, traveling. And now I'm back to ground and, like, figuring it out, kind of, in a sense. Not really figuring it out, but really just, like, taking courses and chilling. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not super privileged right now to be doing that, but obviously I'm meant to be doing that. No, he's not broke. He does his thing. I mean, what does he have to pay for me? No, we're not, like, living together. So, like, what was he paying for? Okay, then tell me about the thing. My nails? No. That was me. I had money in crypto, which obviously crypto went to fucking trash, even though I know it's gonna go back. Like, I know, but I had to sell the rest of my shit and get my money back out. And then the universe is hilarious. Like, I always just get money, like, when I move accordingly. Like, it always happens. It's just enough of what I need. But I sold that. My tax guy calls me randomly. He's like, hey, we did an amendment for your taxes and blah, blah, blah. And they owe you $6,000. So I'm like, perfect. So that's coming any day now. So it's like every single time that, like, I'm about to be, like, done, it just comes back to me. And I don't know how to, like, I love it. I'm so thankful. Have you lived in Houston before? I grew up in the Woodlands for a while. I went to middle school, like, there in the Woodlands. I lived in Houston, I lived in Dallas, I lived in El Paso, I lived in Chicago for a while. That's where I was living before I, like, left to go live out of the country. But then my family now lives in Florida, and my dad's in Arizona. I was living in California when I first got back out of the country. My friend got a ranch, so I was over there, like, helping. We're building, like, a conscious community. So I was over there for a while. So I'm kind of like a little nomad. If you're at a higher level of meditation, you can separate your body and mind. What part of Dallas and Chicago? Dallas, I was a kid, so I lived in Plano, and I was, like, in kindergarten and, like, little. And then Chicago, I lived in the northwest suburbs for high school. I left to go to college in Florida, and then I came back to Chicago, and I lived in the city, like, River North. So I lived in the city. I was making, like, I lived like, right downtown. It was so fun. Probably Chicago summer would be my favorite spot, but because I was an adult, you know what I mean? But, like, the best place I lived was Tulum. Like, living in Tulum was the best experience of my life. I've heard of Rolling Meadows. I played you guys in lacrosse. I went to Stevenson, so I lived in Long Grove, and it was, like, a bigger school. You never have really been past that point. Do not know the truth. Okay. But I have been past that point, just in a different way. But that's okay. Angels don't fall. I never said I fell. Oh my god, stop. According to military intel, there's a fallen angel bound and chained in a dome under Houston. Is that why they want me over there? A lot of people moved to Houston. Like, one of my spiritual teachers that I, like, saw in a dream before I found him on YouTube, who I'm, like, obsessed with his teachings, he like said he was moving but didn't tell anybody where. He was in New York before, and then I said to myself when he was going to announce it, I was like, wherever he lives I'm supposed to live, and it was Houston. And then like the universe sends me like a partner who's moving to Houston, and like all of these things, like please come live with me, come to Houston, and like Houston keeps coming up. But I'm scared. Nothing wrong with being a little nomad. No, I love being a nomad. It's very like Jesus vibes. Like I don't have to worry so much. I'm literally like studying and going, and then something somewhere is like, hey, like the chances that I was in Guatemala, my friend's like, hey, I just got a big ass ranch in California, like come help me build a conscious community. Then I get there, and then they're simultaneously told like, oh, actually I need to go to Egypt, will you watch the whole ranch by yourself? And I'm like, okay. But I was scared, but I was like, okay. Like I felt like God was really like isolating me in a sense, because I needed to be alone in the desert, like that fire energy and ground. I've never like actually spent that much time alone, especially in the middle of nowhere, and it was so good for my soul. It was just like synchronistic. You went to what school? I went to Stevenson when I was in high school. He lives in Houston already. Yeah, I wrestled against Stevenson, pretty good school, yeah. Wait, are you a Marvel character? No. I was just talking to this person. Okay, you can't talk as much. I don't know. Houston is for baddies. You're just like face pretty and intellectual. Do not go to Houston. Why? We are packed here in Houston. They moved to Colorado because there are deep underground military bases in the mountains. And it has a river. How old are you? 26. You look like you were 23. I'll take that. She always has very deep conversations. All doubts will be answered for you. Angels are not humans. Why does combo seem so deep? I'm in Houston, big chilling. You look like Han's girls. I didn't see that. Houston don't got that many baddies. LMAO. Good. I'm like, I don't want them to have that many baddies. My man's over there. I'm still human. Circle, square, triangle, or square? What shape is your fave? Triangle. Actually, I should say circle. I gotta move towards the circle. Circle. I just like triangle because 3. But I know circle is the way. If that makes sense. She has deep contemplations. Aww. We are a chill group and play sports. Yeah, he likes